have you heard of the SHA story? Hii maneno ya SHA. Have you seen where these payments are going? They are going to, most of them, close to non-existent institutions. Non-existent health institution. And you remember, there was some months ago, Okio Mtata said, unakumbuka, hiyo video nilifanya hapa. And people were like, no, he's now wanting to be the president, so he must portray himself as an opposition. Alisema, SHA is a big scandal in waiting. Why? It is just a way of siphoning money from the public to enrich few individuals. Now, a section of Kenyans are calling for the occupation of the SHA offices because Kenyans need an explanation.
The SHA Ghost Hospitals scandal could be bigger than initially thought, and it seems the Nyandiwa Medical Center issue was just the tip of the iceberg. Now, Kenyans have done some digging, in SHA's records and in the MOH, that's the Ministry of Health records, and the data zenye zimekuwa retrieved are quite startling. Let me just give you a rundown of some medical facilities. Zingine ni non-existent, zingine ni room moja, na Kenyans wamechambua wakapata kwamba these medical facilities zina receive millions. Now there's Hanano Medical Center, which is non-existent, received 4 million shillings from SHA in June. Ayale Medical Center, which is in Mandera, received 8 million shillings from SHA. Now what's interesting, ni Mandera kuna wizi inaendelea sana, because most of these medical facilities zimekuwa registered in Mandera. Kuna Dekale Medical and Diagnostic Center, 3.6 million. And inaweza kuwa ziko Mandera, because now kama hosiko Mandera, we utaenda kutrace aje. Lazano Healthcare in Mandera again received 6 million shillings. Dakale Medical and Diagnostic Center, 3.6 million shillings. What's important to note about Dakale, ni kuna 3 institution medical facilities zenye zimekuwa registered kwa, the Ministry of Health records with the Dakale name. Kuna medical center, kuna dispensary which is public, but the private medical center receives more money than the dispensary, and it's a tactic in the Kenya Somegundo inatumika kuiba pesa from SHA. Register facility under 3 different names or 2 different names, one as a public entity, other one as a private entity, and then of course the private entity gets more money than the public entity. Now Trenya Hospital in Kisii, non-existent, 4.3 million shillings in June. Zamzang Nursing Home in Ramu, mnakumbuka tutoke Modogashe twende Ramu, 8 million shillings in 3 months. Belgoron Medicare, 2.8 million shillings, na hiyo ilianza kureceive pesa in April. And if you dig through, SHA's records, unapata this scandal, this heist ilianza all the way from April to August. So watu wamekuwa kikula vizuri. Kadasamu Medical Center received 2.8 million shillings in June, but it's non-existent. And of course the CS for Health Adendwali juzi amesuspend hospitals, around 40 hospitals, akisema they are questionable, but tunasema those could have just been for optics, kwa sababu the owners have not been sued, and they have not been held legally accountable for those misdeeds. So anasema mazejo, kuna shida MOH, kuna shida SHA, watu waache optics and let the actual purge begin.
Kenya is just a crime scene. Yes, Kenya is just a crime scene. A lot of looting happening. A lot of corruption happening. Umesikia whatever is happening with the SHA? Na Gachagua alisema hii kitu. Gachagua alisema hii kitu. SHA ni ukora tupu. SHA ni mtu anataka kuiba pesa. Kuna group of people strategically placed kwa hii kitu. Ni pesa wanataka kuiba. And we thought he was lying. Na watu wakaanza kusema, Gachagua is angry and bitter. Gachagua is just a bitter ex mwenye ameachana na yeye, sasa anaanza kuharibia jina. And everything he said since atolewe, since he was impeached, has come to happen or has come to pass. So Gachagua is... Now it is SHA. Na alisema SHA ni ukora tupu. SHA ni wizi. SHA is a very big scheme. It's a very big scandal yenye itakuja kutokea. Ni wizi. Ndio hii. Umesikia kuna hospitali ngapi zina nini? Zinakuwa funded na SHA. Na hizo hospitali haziko ghost hospitals. Umesikia ni ngapi? And they're receiving millions and billions of money. Everything Gachagua said is coming to happen, is coming to pass. Inafanyika. Inaonekana yenyewe chenye alikuwa anasema ni ukweli. Alafu unasikia mtu anasema mahali 2 term. Wewe mwenye unasema mahali 2 term, kichwa yako ni mzuri? Kuhonga watu. Mumeona screenshot zenye zimetokea kwa hiyo group yao ya WhatsApp? You've seen the screenshot. Pesa yenye walikuwa na receive kutoka kwa huko juu kwa Kasongo. Impeach mtu fulani, pitisheni finance bill, pitisheni SHA kwa bunge, pitisheni housing, whatever housing levy kwa bunge, even though the court ilisema it's not supposed to be, it's not. Mimi nimechoka bwana. 2027 ni mbali. Why are we not voting next year? Tutafika 2027 kama tumechoka. Kura ingekuwa tu next year. Because what are these?
So guys, there has been a whole issue on SHA na hizo pesa zenye walipeana. Na najua unajua. And it's funny because kuna a conversation that's going on X, and whatever the KOX are saying, clock it. Because what? Wow, we are rich. Wewe. So kumekuwa na hizo ghost hospitals zimekuwa zikipatiwa do. Na watu wanafanya research, wana find out the hospital is no longer functional for one. Maybe the hospital is not even there. Wajeni sana niwaonyeshe kitu KOX wame find out. So Willis Evans anasema when you connect the dots it becomes very clear. Duale as the CS of health, Dr. Abdi, this is Dr. Abdi now, as the head of SHA, both from the same region, where ghost nursing homes are sprouting and being showered with millions. How coincidental again? Chelini waonyeshe ingine. Nile amesema si kwa ubaya. Si mnaona where most of these fake hospitals are located, there is a pattern. Chege amesema since we started uncovering the rot in SHA, Aden Duale has gone underground. The temperatures have gone higher at the Ministry of Health. We want answers, not cover-ups. Kimeanza kuharamba. Hii ndio siku yenye tulikuwa tunaambiwa siku ya 40. Na hatupa mafuta kwenye uti wa mgongo tulipoambiwa siku za mwezi ni ngapi? Very good. Anyway, one time, drain the swamp and follow me on Instagram.
Salam guys. The owner of Ladnan Hospital where Grace was arrested is the chairperson of SHA, appointed for the next 3 years by yours truly, Kasongo. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So, SHA works in selective places, and if you ask me, I believe the selective places where it works, there are people who are benefiting directly from the proceeds of SHA. So it is working at Ladnan Hospital because he is also the chairperson of SHA. So yeye anajipelekea nini? Anajipelekea biashara, then directly he's reaping from SHA. That's why people are saying SHA is working selectively. Selective few places. Now, I wanted to show you something. Please watch the next video, tafadhali.